I've been using Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana for the past few weeks, and honestly, I just wanted to see how they feel in real-world use rather than just reading charts or news. I've been curious about how Solana actually compares to the big players, and I wanted to get a sense of which one feels smoother to interact with day to day, especially for things like small trades, transfers, or experimenting with smart contracts. Starting with Bitcoin, it's what you'd expect: solid, reliable, and slow. I remember sending a small amount to a friend, and it took a while to confirm. That slowness can be frustrating if you're trying to move things quickly, but there's a comfort in knowing it's tried and tested. It's simple to use, and I didn't really have to think about the mechanics, which is nice when you just want a straightforward store of value. Ethereum felt more flexible. I started experimenting with a few smart contracts and some decentralized apps. The setup took a bit longer than Bitcoin, and I kept hunting for settings at first, but once I got it, it felt like I could do more with it. I also noticed gas fees could spike, which annoyed me when I was just trying to test a small transaction. I lost track of a few dollars in fees, but interacting with DeFi platforms was surprisingly smooth once I got used to the quirks. Solana was the wild card. Sending tokens was almost instant, and I couldn't believe how fast the confirmations were compared to the other two. I tried a small app built on Solana, and it worked without hiccups, which was a pleasant surprise. That speed comes with a bit of unpredictability though. The network sometimes felt a little less consistent, and I ran into a couple of minor errors when exploring apps, but the low fees made experimenting risk-free in terms of cost. What stood out was just how different they feel. Bitcoin is slow and steady, Ethereum gives you flexibility, but can be pricey and complex, and Solana feels fast and modern, but slightly less stable at times. When I was just moving coins around, Solana was a joy, but for more serious contracts or long-term holding, Ethereum felt like the middle ground, and Bitcoin was the no-nonsense choice. For me personally, I keep a chunk in Bitcoin because of its reliability, play around with Ethereum when I want to experiment with smart contracts, and use Solana when I want speed and low-cost testing. Each one has its place, and honestly, using them side by side really showed me how unique they all are in practice. It's not just about price or hype, it's about how it feels when you actually interact with them.